Have you ever Googled how to lose belly fat fast? I'm just asking because it's one of the top Googled questions of all time. It even ranks higher than how to register to vote, which is an interesting reflection of our priorities. The truth is, we have been distracted by our bellies for a really long time now. 100 years ago, the fashionable strategy to lose your belly fat was to chew your food up to 722 times. It was called Fletcherism after the self-appointed nutritionist who came up with the idea. And then in the 1950s, there was the Sleeping Beauty diet, in which you were advised just to sleep through meal times. Apparently Elvis was a big fan. And then as horrifyingly recently as 2013, there was the cotton ball diet, in which you soaked cotton balls in liquid and then ate them in order to feel full. Now, I would like to go on the record that as a professional, I am not recommending any of these weight loss strategies. And yes, I'm a professional. I have almost 20 years of experience in the weight loss industry. It's an industry that I don't think should exist. Right now, it's worth about $66 billion. But I have seen evidence of a possible future where queries for belly fat would probably rank around the same as today's queries for scurvy. This could be pretty much a non-issue for most people. Now, I don't have to tell you, this is far from the case today. We are at a point where most of us are overweight. And I'm not even talking about a little muffin top over your skinny jeans. I'm talking about the fact that worldwide obesity rates have tripled since 1975. Our kids are getting type 2 diabetes. The problem we're trying to solve is real. And so we Google. And we desperately try everything from Atkins to the Zone with a lot of keto and gluten-free in between. And none of that works. I'm sorry if I'm slaying anyone's personal sacred cows here, but the chances of keeping weight off with any of these strategies is dismal. I know this from extensive professional research. And I also know it from personal experience. Like so many women, I had spent most of my life trying to lose a couple of pounds, I lived on that weight loss roller coaster, where you'd find this new thing that has a bunch of pseudoscience to back it up, coconut oil all over everything, carbs be damned. And oh my gosh, it totally works. And so you tell everyone, this is it, this is totally my thing now, and it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. But then when weekend comes around, you just don't feel like doing that lifestyle. But okay, whatever, you'll pick it up on Monday. And then Monday rolls around, you pick it up, but it's kind of lost its joy. And then Wednesday, it's your friend's birthday, and you gotta celebrate. So then Thursday doesn't count because you hardly slept at all. And then Friday, well, it's the weekend, so yeah. I rode that weight loss roller coaster like I had a season's pass and I was trying to get my money's worth. I'd have moments where I'd pat myself on the back for being good about my new low-carb coconut lifestyle, but those moments would start to get fewer and farther between. And then I'd start to get really down on myself as the weight would pile back on. And the only thing that made me feel better was to get excited about the next new thing. It's not about coconut, it's goji berries now. And let me just be clear, there's nothing wrong with coconut or goji berries or even low carb, except that all of these strategies are a very, very costly distraction from what is actually gonna make us healthier and happier. So now, let me tell you what I've discovered after 2 decades of work in this field. Are you guys ready for the real secrets to long-term weight loss, health, and vitality? Yeah? Okay. Eat your vegetables. Move your body. Get enough sleep. Did you take notes? Oh, you already knew that? Of course you knew that. You have always known exactly what you need to do to lose weight. And I don't even mean that in a spiritual, the answer lies within kind of way. I mean, this was covered in kindergarten. And yet, most of us are overweight. It's not that we don't know what to do. We just don't know how to make ourselves do it. That is the real problem, and the one that we can absolutely solve to create a post-weight loss future. Because right now, we try New Year's resolutions. And 80% of us bail on them by February. Even after a heart attack, only 14% of people make any kind of lasting changes around fitness or nutrition. And it's not that we don't try. We try, discipline. We come up with really strict rules about what we can and we can't eat. We try motivation. We pin pictures of the abs that we are totally gonna sculpt. And we try sheer willpower, buying jeans that are just a little bit too small. They kind of give us a wedgie, but we swear they will fit soon. It's exhausting. And that is why discipline, motivation, and willpower are never gonna work. They eat up enormous energetic resources. So as soon as anything else happens in your life that requires a little extra energy, you get a big project at work, your kid gets sick, you don't have the extra energetic resources for your discipline, motivation, and willpower. And the truth is that if we are gonna create a future where no one's even worried about weight loss, this needs to be effortless. As effortless as picking up your phone when you get a text, as brushing your teeth, covering your mouth when you cough. We don't need more discipline, motivation, and willpower. We need habits. Now, before I go on, let me warn you about something. Sometimes when I say the answer is habits, people tune out. Because it's not as sexy as the cleanse diet that celebrities swear by. As a culture, we love the idea of having a dramatic weight loss and then just wiping our hands on our jeans and being done with that project. But that is not how success works. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Expecting to go on a strict diet, lose a ton of weight, and then just maintain that weight loss is about as unrealistic and statistically unlikely as your retirement plan being to win the lottery, quit your job, and live off the interest. It's a great fantasy, but it's a pretty dumb plan. Having good habits is the equivalent of a sensible financial plan where you save a little bit every month and then let the compound interest do its job. If you don't think compound interest is sexy, let me remind you, it works without you having to think about it. And that is why habits are the key. Habits are routines that your brain has put on autopilot. They require no effort. Think of all the habits you currently have in your life and what a pain in the butt they are. Any coffee drinkers in the house? Yeah. Did you have to discipline yourself to have your coffee this morning exactly the way you like it? Did you have to get motivated to put your seatbelt on in the car on the way over here? Yeah. There are estimates that about 40 to 45% of our actions are habits that we don't even think about. And just in case you don't have a PhD in fractions, that is a lot of your life. And here is the exciting discovery that I've made and how we can absolutely create a post-weight loss future. We have the power to engineer these automatic habits consciously. When I discovered this and finally started applying it to myself, it was like I got the user's manual for myself. My whole life I'd been operating on the quick start guide, and it wasn't really working. Here's what you need to know. The formation of a habit happens in 3 parts. So first, you have the trigger. This is what sets you off. It could be anything. It could be a person, the time of day, an emotional state. And then you have the behavior. This is the actual habit. This could be pouring yourself a glass of wine with dinner, or it could be lacing up your runners to go for a run. Then you have the reward. So this is the positive feeling you get every time you do that behavior. So this trigger behavior reward sequence is known as the habit loop. It's a loop because every time you get that reward, you're strengthening the relationship between the trigger and the behavior. And just a reminder, this is a loop that's running about half of your life, whether you realize it or not. So let me tell you a story about how this plays out in real life and how it might be affecting your belly. So the other day, my friend Laura said to me, I've been really trying to eat healthy and lose weight, but just today was so stressful and I just wanted something quick, so I just threw a frozen pizza in the oven. Okay, who here has had that day? When you've had a stressful day and you just want something quick? We've all had that day. But the problem is, when you think about it, this makes no logical sense. A frozen pizza in the oven takes about 20 minutes to cook. And that's after the oven preheats, which takes approximately 5 lifetimes when you're hungry. On the other hand, heating up some vegetable soup takes 3 minutes. It's not that Laura didn't have the time. It's that she had had a stressful day and she didn't have the energetic resources to do her discipline, motivation, and willpower. So she reverted to what is her stress habit loop. Trigger, stressful day. Behavior, eat pizza. Reward, a feeling of treating herself after a busy day. And we tell ourselves, I need more time. But really, we need better habits. To cultivate better habits, you need to become aware of your habit loops. What is triggering you and what are the rewards you need? When you get the 3 p.m. cookie craving? You know what I mean. What is the reward you're looking for? Do you need a little energy boost? Do you need just a break from work and have a little distraction? Or do you need to feel treated and a little self-love? This is inner work that only you can do. And this time, I do mean it in a spiritual, the answer lies within kind of way. People approach me all the time because I'm a fitness expert. They think like I have a magic meal plan or something. And I can certainly tell you to replace your cookie with carrot sticks. But if carrot sticks don't give you the reward that you need, we're on a countdown until your willpower runs out. And science says that it will. To cultivate your own habits requires radical personal responsibility. It means you can no longer outsource your health to the latest diet trend or some expert. It means you need to take the personal responsibility of understanding your triggers and your rewards, rather than just chomping on carrot sticks because some trainer told you to. It's a responsibility, but it is also enormously empowering. When you realize and you accept you don't need any more time, you don't need any more trainer expertise, and you don't need any more discipline, motivation, and willpower, then you are in control of your health and your belly and your life. Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Our habits become our identity. There is an identity that is available and waiting for each of us that is the fittest, healthiest, happiest version of ourselves. The version that automatically and effortlessly does these simple, healthy habits that we've all known about since kindergarten. The version that never even thinks about weight loss. That future is real and it can be created. What you've got to do is ignore the distraction of the next diet trend. Join me in stepping off that weight loss roller coaster, because that cycle is contributing to the obesity crisis and it's making people feel so bad about themselves that they consider eating cotton balls. Join the movement of thousands of people who are consciously choosing habits that make them feel good. Because once we all start finally feeling good, we're going to start Googling things that are much more interesting than how to lose belly fat fast. Thank you.